Well, there's no end in the deadlock between the farmers and the centre. The crucial meet between Home Minister Amit Shah and 13 farmer leaders last evening remained again inconclusive, with the government remaining firm on its stand that they will not be repealing the farm laws. Along with Amit Shah, Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar was also present at the meet. The government will now send across a proposal to farmers with assurances on APMC and on minimum support price. They've also asked farmer leaders then to discuss the same. Suspense, meanwhile, looms large over the sixth round of talks between centre and farmers scheduled for today. Centre and farm leaders have met 5 times in the past 3 months. No headway, however, has been achieved till now.
मीटिंग में कोई नतीजा नहीं निकला। होम मिनिस्टर रिक्वेस्ट किया कि आप हमारा अमेंडमेंट स्वीकार कर लो और कुछ अमेंडमेंट आएगा तो हम भी वो भी स्वीकार करेंगे बाद में।
अभी क्या अमेंडमेंट के ऑफर किए गए?
अमेंडमेंट का ऑफर आपको मालूम है जो 4
APMC MSP
मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ,
लेकिन
तो वो सब बोला कल लिख के देंगे, तो हमको लिख के अमेंडमेंट देंगे तो कोई फायदा नहीं है। हम पहले ही बोला अमेंडमेंट हम नहीं चाहिए।
आपको लगता है कि पुराने जो 5 अमेंडमेंट है उस पर आप लोग मानने के लिए तैयार नहीं है?
Let's also get you a report this morning on the nationwide strike that was called by farmer unions against the centre's farm laws yesterday. Now, it received a mixed response across India. While farmers blocked highways in Delhi, opposition workers were seen clashing with police, leading to chaos in various places. The centre again came out strongly in favour of the farm laws while accusing the opposition of doublespeak. Here is the complete story as India Today's reporters from across the country get you the details.
Highways blocked, markets shut, shops with shutters down, trains halted, clashes on the streets. Delhi Haryana borders at Singhu, Tikri, Delhi Uttar Pradesh borders at Ghazipur were blocked by farmers.
The police have put barricades due to the bandh called by the agitating farmers against the farm bills, and this road is free for traffic as of now. The bandh effect is not on the traffic on the Delhi-Noida border, as you can see.
On the 13th day of farmers' protest, more than the Kisan, it was the opposition which took centre stage.
नहीं, आपको नहीं रोका गया है। आपका कोई अपॉइंटमेंट है, आप अपॉइंटमेंट दिखाएं, आप अपॉइंटमेंट दिखा के जा सकते हैं।
Aam Aadmi Party workers sat on a dharna outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence, alleging that the Delhi Chief Minister was under house arrest, a claim denied by police.
जो भी हमसे बंद पड़ रहा है हम लोग कर रहे हैं, इसके लिए भी ये बहुत नाराज है केंद्र सरकार। तो अब इन 2 दिन इन लोगों ने कोशिश की कि किसी भी तरह से मैं बाहर ना निकल जाऊं, क्योंकि आज अगर ये लोग रोकते नहीं तो शायद थोड़ी देर के लिए मैं वहां जाता। वो नहीं चाहते थे कि मैं उनके बीच में जाऊं, उनके साथ बैठ के उनका समर्थन करूं।
The statement that the CM sir has put under house arrest is incorrect. We have tweeted about that also, and I have shown the photo also.
In Jaipur, BJP and Congress workers clashed.
You can see the visuals out here where the BJP workers have been alleging that it was the NSUI backed by the Congress government which landed outside the BJP office in Jaipur, and that is why this scuffle broke out. The Congress workers, the NSUI workers claimed that they were... कौन पत्थरबाजी कर रहा है?
सर, NSUI की तरफ से पत्थरबाजी हुई है। वो लोग जबरदस्ती यहाँ आकर जबरन उन लोगों ने घेराव करने का प्रयास किया, उसमें वो लोग विफल रहे और जबरदस्ती उधर से पत्थरबाजी हो रही है।
In Patna, protesters took to the streets and clashed with police at several places, while trains were blocked in Lucknow. Demonstrations were witnessed in Chennai, but normal life was not affected.
In Chennai, though, normalcy continues. All the offices are on roll, but protest in around 7 to 8 locations in the city is ongoing. and also in different parts of the district too. DMK, CPM and its allies have been continuously protesting.
Meanwhile, the opposition continues to pile up pressure on the government.
जो किसान संगठन दिल्ली में डटकर खड़े हैं, संघर्ष कर रहे हैं, उनके हाथ में किसी का भी राजनीतिक झंडा या डंडा नहीं है, डंडा सरकार के हाथ में है। तो हमारा कर्तव्य बनता है हम सब एक होकर किसानों के साथ समर्थन में खड़े रहे।
Today what's happening in Delhi, no, the protests are not being led by any political party per se. They are being led by the farmers and farmer organizations. So we are here expressing our solidarity on the ground to the farmers of this country, and in fact this is just the beginning.
They are destroying these laws. That is why the farmers of the country are agitating. Congress party is supporting.
On the other hand, the centre came out making a strong case for new farm laws.
जो राजनीतिक दल किसानों के नाम पर राजनीति करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, उनको अपने गिरेबा में पहले झांकना चाहिए। वो या तो घोषणा पत्र के माध्यम से जनता को गुमराह कर रहे थे, और या आज किसानों को गुमराह करने के लिए इस प्रकार का कृत्य कर रहे हैं।
ये बिल किसानों के हित में है, किसानों को नए अवसर देता है, और किसानों से हम बातचीत कर रहे हैं। लेकिन ये लोग जो हैं, ये क्या है?
विपक्षी पार्टियां चाहती हैं कि भारत प्रगति के पथ पर जो अग्रसर है, भारत की वो प्रगति पर कहीं न कहीं अंकुश लगे। विपक्ष चाहती है कि कोलाहल हो, विपक्ष चाहती है कि उनका दोगलापन किसी के सामने ना आए।
Irrespective of whether the Bharat Bandh was successful or not, the farmers' message is loud and clear. They want their voices heard. All eyes are now on the 6th round of talks between farm unions and the centre. With Akshay Nath, Abhishek Anand and Devankur Vadhavan. Bureau Report, India Today.
While highways and roads were blocked and some shops also downed their shutters yesterday, in some parts of the country, protesting farmers found rather unique ways of participating in the agitation. From playing kabaddi to soccer, here's a look at the other side of the farmer protest.
Kabaddi, 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 kabaddi. A raider comes in chanting, tags, wrestles in desi action with his breath held. From dusk to the streets, India's homegrown ancient sport took a new makeover in Visakhapatnam. That's how some left activists slugged it out while participating in Tuesday's Bharat Bandh. And there was also a mini carnival. Drum beats, local music, dancing and singing in chorus. Farm law protesters in parts of the country looked for different ways to make their point. Tic-tac-toe, noughts and crosses. Protesters at Madhyam Gram in West Bengal sat cross-legged, carved grids on the street and played this ancient game embedded in every child's life. In a state with a large soccer following, the protesters turned some streets into a small football ground. Fast feet between the legs, the knocks and the double taps. Some sporty, some fun ways to keep traffic and public movement at bay during the Bandh. Bureau Report, India Today.
And as the farmers continue their agitation against the farm laws, the opposition is continuing to rally behind them. A delegation of 5 opposition leaders, including Rahul Gandhi, Sharad Pawar and Sitaram Yechuri, will be meeting President Ramnath Kovind at 5 p.m. today. Opposition leaders are expected to meet and adopt a collective stand before calling on the president. The Modi government, meanwhile, has slammed the opposition for their alleged double standards with regard to the farm sector reforms. Referring to a 2010 letter, the BJP has claimed that NCP chief Sharad Pawar asked the states to amend the APMC Act to encourage participation of the private sector. Let's get you all the latest in the battle for Bengal. The war of words between the TNC and the BJP is escalating after the death of a BJP worker in Siliguri on Monday. Hitting out to the BJP, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee claimed that the Saffron Party was killing people at its rallies. She said that Siliguri death was due to shotgun injuries and the cops don't use shotguns. This after the BJP called a 12-hour bandh on Tuesday to protest against the killing of their party worker. The BJP is alleged that the party worker Ulan Roy was beaten to death by the police and held the Bengal government responsible for the same. BJP chief JP Nadda, meanwhile, will be arriving in Kolkata on a 2-day visit to the state. During his visit, he is going to be inaugurating party offices in 9 districts virtually.
আমি পোস্টমর্টম রিপোর্টে যেটা দেখেছি তাতে বলছে শর্টগান মানে ওই ছড়া টাইপের কিছু পুলিশ তো এসব চলে না পুলিশ তো এসব ইউজই করে না তার মানে কি তুমি একটা প্রোগ্রাম করার জন্য পাবলিসিটি করবার জন্য তুমি একটা লোককে মেরে ফেলে তুমি আমার একটা রাজবংশী ভাইকে মেরে ফেলেছো।
Also getting you the latest updates this morning on the Kerala gold smuggling case, where key accused Swapna Suresh has now filed for extra protection in her prison cell. Swapna alleged that she was approached by unknown people and was threatened to not disclose names of those in high authority in the case. In her plea filed before the Additional Chief Judicial Magistrate Court in Ernakulam, she added that she was asked to not cooperate with the government. Swapna also claimed that the people warned her that they would harm her family if she did not comply with them. Customs officials have arrested 15 people in the gold smuggling case over the seizure of course, 30 kilos of gold from a diplomat's bag in Thiruvananthapuram. This was back on 5th July. Let's get you all the updates you need to know on the coronavirus vaccine front. An expert committee is set to review applications for the emergency use of vaccines. Remember, Serum Institute of India, Bharat Biotech, Pfizer's approved application is set to be reviewed by a committee of the Central Drug Standard Control Organization. Pfizer had applied for emergency use on December 4th, Serum Institute on December 6th, and the latest was Bharat Biotech on December 7th. The applications will be reviewed by the subject expert committee, and the committee will be submitting the recommendation to the Drug Controller General of India on whether to grant approval for emergency use. On Tuesday, the Health Ministry in its briefing stated that 8 vaccines are being developed at different stages in India.
भारत के वैज्ञानिक अपनी सफलता को लेकर
The government has raised the hopes of 1 billion Indians. On Tuesday, it came closest to announcing that a vaccine was surely on its way.
चल रहे हैं क्या चल रहे हैं
So there are multiple vaccine candidates in different stages of development, and some of them may get licensed in the next few weeks.
Over the last 4 days, Pfizer, the Pune-based Serum Institute of India, and Hyderabad's Bharat Biotech have applied for the government drug regulator seeking emergency use approval for their potential COVID-19 vaccines. An expert panel will meet on Wednesday to review the applications of the drug makers. Quite clearly, Pfizer, Covishield and Covaxin are frontrunners for a vaccine in India.
If regulatory authority, they feel that this vaccine is really beneficial to control this particular problem, that is the COVID-19, then they can approve for the emergency use. And if suppose after some time, if they feel, regulatory authority feel that no, this is causing more harm than the benefit, then any time they can withdraw this approval. Or if they feel that no, they are causing more benefit, then they can continue. And after some time, after suppose if after generating more data, they can approve for the regular use also. So this is the emergency use authorization.
In anticipation of a vaccine, the government has laid out a roadmap for the inoculation program. 1 crore health workers will get vaccinated first. Next will be 2 crore frontline workers. In the third phase, 27 crore senior citizens will be immunized against coronavirus. Prime Minister Modi gave enough hints that India was closing in on a vaccine in his speech last week after an all-party meeting on COVID-19.
माना जा रहा है कि अगले कुछ हफ्तों में कोरोना की वैक्सीन तैयार हो जाएगी। जैसे ही वैज्ञानिकों की हरी झंडी मिलेगी, भारत में टीकाकरण अभियान शुरू कर दिया जाएगा।
States are gearing up for cold chain storage. Vaccinators have been identified and the government has launched a mobile app on which people can get themselves registered for the vaccine. As the year 2020 slips into 2021, the good news might arrive. India might have a vaccine of its own to combat the deadly spread of coronavirus.
In a situation like a pandemic, the drug regulator could move for a faster approval of emergency use authorization if the vaccine maker has proven to have some sort of safety or efficacy that would help people save themselves from the coronavirus pandemic. With Ashwini Helen, this is Milan Sharma for India Today.
India dropped too many catches to deny themselves a clean sweep against Australia and lose the third and final T20 international by 12 runs. India was set a 187-run target, but despite Virat Kohli's 85-run knock, India failed to cross the finish line. However, India still head into the tests with a 2-1 series win in the T20s.
It was a day of missed chances for India, not one, not two, but many.
Oh, dropped again.
There were misfields, dropped catches and even missed reviews.
Surprised that they didn't have more of a discussion.
Handing Australia opportunities after opportunities. Matthew Wade and Glenn Maxwell made the most out of India's poor fielding that has been a cause of concern on this tour.
An off spinner. Does he get hold of it? Yes, he does.
Wade scored his second successive half-century, while at the other end, Maxwell took his chances as well.
Oh, forced him to bowl short, and that's gone long.
Soon after, Maxwell also joined the half-century club, and he finally ran out of luck in the last over when Natarajan cleaned him up as Aussies finished at 186 for 5. Australia returned the favour with Smith dropping Virat early off Maxwell.
Oh dear, another drop catch!
Who had already gotten rid of KL Rahul in his very first over. Shikhar Dhawan wasn't that lucky, and Daniel Sams, after an initial juggle, did manage to catch this one.
With the second attempt, so catch is taken.
Meanwhile, Virat reached his half-century, his first in T20 internationals this calendar year, and he was nicely setting up India's run chase.
Kohli, another 50. That's in the air.
At the other end, Sanju Samson missed another opportunity, and then Shreyas Iyer was out first ball, both to the leg spin of Swepson.
Appeal, and it's been given. Very first delivery to Shreyas Iyer. Oh, where does this go? Goes all the way.
India needed 76 of the last 5 overs, and that is when Virat switched to top gear with Hardik Pandya in company at the other end.
Goes on the offside. And when he strikes, it goes all the way.
It was raining sixes at the SCG, which is when Finch gambled with Zampa, and it paid off immediately with the wicket of Hardik Pandya.
This is good captaincy. Aaron Finch, the captain, takes the catch.
Virat was India's hope, and the Aussies got the big fish in the penultimate over, the Indian skipper walking back after scoring 85. And with his dismissal, India's hopes also vanished, losing the match but taking home the series 2-1.
Too long, fielder under it. Yes!
Sports Bureau, India Today.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.